welcome to Confessions of a Lawyer. This week we want to confess about business sale and purchase, but particularly we're going to focus on business purchase tonight. And I've got Jay here, Jay Marker from Hudson Taylor Chartered Accountants. Very important figure, which we're going to come to in a second. So basically in the business purchase process, the most important, well, there are about three most important people that you need to see or deal with. The first, your lawyer, your purchaser's lawyer. This person basically will draft the sale and purchase agreement to ensure all the right conditions are put in to protect your interests. And then we've got the chartered accountants, who's going to help you with the due diligence process to make sure that what you buy is valued correctly and make sure that you don't, run any risks, that sort of thing. And then the last person, if you're taking over the premises, is the landlord, which you need to get in touch with before or during the due diligence process as part of the process. So the main point here today is about what Jay will tell us as from an accounting perspective, what you do in the due diligence process.
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the time what we do is, the main thing in due diligence is just to make sure that we collect as much information as we can. And then once we've got as much information as we can, such as historical financial information, any other employment contracts, anything like that for us to look at, we then try and verify the information. So obviously what we've been given is essentially the truth. And then once we've got that, we look at some key risk factors. So that can be shareholder involvement. If the shareholder is very involved, what does that mean if the shareholder was to exit? Also, we look at things like key employee risks, or industry growth or decline as well, because that's quite important in what weighting we put on those factors in an evaluation. Right.
So sounds like there's a lot of information that you have to collect and go through. Would you be able to run through that within 5 to 10 working days, which is the usual period to go through the due diligence?
Definitely, because we do a lot of due diligence work and a lot of valuations, it means that we've got quite an efficient process to work through that. And through a lot of business purchases, it's quite a tight deadline. So what we like to do is make sure that we know exactly what we're doing from the start, which is working quite closely with the lawyer, so we get good instruction. And then we know exactly what we need to do, collect the information, and can get the process done nice and quickly, because one, we've done it before, but two, we've got ease of access to information, whether that's from our own database for benchmarking, or we've got key relationships where we can go and get that information nice and quickly if we need it as well.
Great, thank you very much, Jay. Before I let you go, we do have an interesting question often our viewers will ask is, what is the difference between unqualified versus qualified, or chartered versus unchartered accountants?
Yeah, sure. So essentially what you've got is, the easiest way to think of it is qualified and unqualified. So similar to yourself, Penny, where you've got the Law Society who hold you to account and hold you to a high standard. We've got a body as well which is called Chartered Accountants Australia New Zealand, or CANS. So they hold us to a high standard, which means we have to meet a minimum education standard. We have reporting requirements. And we're also spot checked on a lot of our work as well. So it just means that any work we are producing, they are, as CANS, backing our work as well. And we're held to account into the high standard.
Great. And just one last question is, so obviously getting accountants involved, there's costs and everything. And a lot of people are saying, hey, why can't I just do it myself? Can they?
Yeah, look, they definitely can. A lot of people do like to go down that track. What we do in the instance, even if they do want to go down that track by themselves, is we guide them and give them some key pointers. But we would never recommend it, because the cost of getting it wrong is just, it's too big. And it's not necessarily just money at risk here as well. If you're taking over a business, you need to know exactly what you're getting into, and there may be employees involved. And unfortunately, if you do take over a business and it doesn't go well, it's not only your money, but it's also the jobs and livelihood of those employees as well. So it is quite important that you get it right from the start, you know the risks going into the business, and there's no surprises.
Thank you, Jay, for coming in today, and thank you for tuning in to Confessions of a Lawyer. Hopefully that gives you all the information you need to at least start looking at businesses that you want to purchase, and hopefully we can help you in the future. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, LA Legal.
Bye.